Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2O channel. And this is your match preview of Manchester City versus Chelsea Football Club tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. at the Etihad Stadium. Obviously, Chelsea are in second, Man City are in first. Played the same amount of games. Chelsea are 10 points off Man City, who have won 11 games in a row. And Man City are one of these teams. They're probably the only team in the league, maybe alongside Liverpool, that can go on these mad winning runs and just make it look normal. Like people, I don't think you lot understand. Yeah, going on 11 games, winning. It's so difficult to do. But because in recent seasons, Man City and Liverpool have made that look so easy, it feels like this is the standard now. And it shows that the Premier League level has gone up. A few years ago, back when we won the league, going on 10 games winning in a row was hard enough. We went on 14 in the end. The next season, Man City go on 18, and then they do 17 and 16, and Liverpool do, I don't know, like 19 or something like that, like ridiculous. And it's like mad. So this winning run for Man City is like standard for them. And obviously we faced them at Stamford Bridge early in the season. We lost 1-0 due to the fact that the players weren't brave, due to the fact that Man City just tactically outclassed us, and Pep just done a number on Tuchel for the first time since Tuchel came to the Prem. They pinned us back, they pressed us really, really high, they forced us to be defensive and try go on the counter-attack, which didn't work, and that was not the original plan. And obviously, if you saw my match review, I did question what was the attacking plan, because I didn't see one on the pitch. Tuchel did have a plan, it just couldn't be executed on the pitch because Man City just kept on creating overloads in the midfield, in the wide areas, 4v3s everywhere on the pitch, and they just created these diamonds and triangles and just played it around us so easily, hence why they could get to our box very, very easily, and why we couldn't get the ball out of our own flipping half. Considering it was a small pitch as well. Stamford Bridge as a pitch is actually small. The stadium is actually not as small as people think, to be fair, but the pitch, bro, considering the game plan we had, bro, they just suffocated us that day. And Tuchel did admit in the press conference, that game was on him. He admitted that, he tactically didn't get it right. The game plan, he didn't get it right. And I love that about Tuchel, man. And this is why I said in my last video, in the Tottenham review and the play ratings video, that Tuchel is the guy, man. This is why he's the guy, because when he knows he needs to change something tactically, when he knows he's made a mistake, he acknowledges it. He admits it as well. He doesn't even have to admit it, to be honest with you. As long as he just acknowledges it and shows on the pitch that he's changed something, then that's fine. But the fact that he actually admits it makes him even better as a manager. Conte, very, very stubborn, blames the board. Lampard saying scapegoating the players, giving no effort instead of criticizing himself with tactics and stuff like that. Because he pretty much had none in the second season because he didn't know how to use his players. Sorry, very, very stubborn. Never, ever, ever willing to change his system. Because it's very, very detailed. It's a very detailed system where every player has to be specific in what job they're doing. There's no sort of player that can have a free roam in a Sarri team. So yeah, but Tuchel, I like the fact that he learns and he keeps going, and he changes it when he needs to, whether Reece needs 4 at the back, whether it's the way he uses his wing backs, the way he uses his 10s, the midfielders, it's very, very good, and the guy needs to be backed as well. And he talked about Kennedy as well. I mean, this left wing back situation is just whatever in it, honestly. Do you know what it is with Kennedy? Yeah, I do like him, but I don't think he's a left wing back. He's played there before and he's done okay, but he wasn't playing left wing back this season for Flamengo. He was playing at right wing. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's just the club being cheap, really. They don't want to go out there and find an actual left wing back. The only person who's really been linked with wing backs is Adama Traore and Dest, but that is another topic for another day. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel did do his press conference, like I said. Obviously, he talked about the Kennedy situation, saying he's happy he's back and he could be the solution. It's not quite guaranteed that he is going to be the solution, but he can be the solution. He talked about, obviously, the fact that Pep, top of his game, all of that stuff, and just praised Man City in general. Trevor Chalobah's out, Ben Chilwell's out, Reece James is out. We all know this. He obviously talked about the situation that Leicester's game has been cancelled due to, has been postponed due to the fact that, they have injuries and COVID cases. I mean, not COVID cases. They have players at AFCON and injuries. That's why the game got postponed, which for me is absolutely ridiculous. I thought the only way for games to get postponed was through COVID cases, a COVID outbreak. It's not like Leicester have had a COVID outbreak. They may have 1 or 2 COVID cases here and there, but it's not enough for them to get their game postponed. I think that's ridiculous, and it shows favoritism. And these man at the top of the English football game don't know what the hell they're doing. How the Premier League have allowed Leicester to postpone the game, I don't get it. They've not had a COVID outbreak. It's ridiculous. And Arsenal trying to do the same thing. I swear, if that game gets cancelled as well, I'm going to be fuming. But yeah, considering, we haven't had the Everton game cancelled. We didn't have the Wolves game cancelled. And that's when we were at our worst in terms of injuries and COVID cases and stuff like that. And yet, Leicester's game gets postponed due to injuries and players at AFCON. Even though everyone knows injuries happen and everyone's known for at least 6 months, AFCON was going to take place at Cameroon. Everyone knew this. Everyone should have been prepared. Especially Leicester, seen as them and Watford, I think, have the most African players, if I'm not wrong. But whatever, it's what it is. Obviously, we're going to get into the predicted lineup and how I think we could beat City tomorrow. I've got 2 different lineups. I've got one that I think we should play, in my opinion, and then I've got, I'll make some adjustments and tell you what I think Tuchel will genuinely play and how we can beat Man City tomorrow. So, yeah, let's go into it straight away. Obviously, in goal, Kepa, I think he could be key tomorrow. Man City could have a lot of the ball, so he's going to be busy tomorrow, and he's got to be brave on the ball as well. Find those passes, play out from the back, and he might have to make a couple huge saves tomorrow, because I do see City creating quite a few chances, as our defence has allowed a few chances in recent games, recent weeks as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a huge game for Kepa. This is the ultimate test. Tottenham were just shocking in front of goal against Chelsea, and yeah, City, it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with, the Sterlings if he plays, the Jesus, the Grealish, the De Bruynes, the Bernardo Silvas, the Gundogan's, all players that have capabilities of scoring goals and creating chances. So yeah, let's see what Kepa can do tomorrow. Now, this is where me personally, on the ball, off the ball, 4-4-2 or 4-2-2/3-4-3 off the ball. Left back, Alonso. The 2 centre-backs, Rudiger and Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta as the right back. I've gone with those 4. AC is out. If AC was okay, if he didn't have COVID, I would be playing a back 3 with him, Thiago Silva and Rudiger. But for me, I think we need to be brave tomorrow. I think we need to attack City. I think we need to match them. We need to actually get on the ball. I think we need to press them high. And I think we need probably as many attacking players on the pitch as possible. As long as we can go forward and attack with venom, but also have enough numbers at the back, defending solidly. And this is where, tactically, the shift changes now. On the left, I'm going with Christian Pulisic, and on the right, I'm going with Callum Hudson-Odoi. Why? Because Christian Pulisic, I think against Man City in general, I've seen him play well against City, first of all. He has scored against them before. And on top of that, he didn't even come on at all in the Spurs game. Now, to my presume, that would be assuming that, he's possibly getting rested for this game because he could play. But maybe not. Who knows? And I think down that side, I think he has the opportunity to get into the box and get on the end of those crosses, potentially take his player on one-on-one with his dribbling skills. He does have the ability to score, and I hope he does do that tomorrow. His close control, his technical ability is going to be huge tomorrow. Against City, you need players that are going to have either technical ability that can dribble, or somebody that can pass, or somebody who's just got pace. That's the way you're going to beat City, in my opinion. You understand? So, yeah, Pulisic does fit those categories. So, for me, he's on the left. Hudson-Odoi at right midfield, because, obviously, off the ball, he can go as a right wing-back. Azpilicueta can tuck in as the centre-back. Off the ball, he can be on the right-hand side, be as high as you want. Take your players on, cut in, cut out, put crosses into the box, running behind. You've got enough pace. Try to take your player on as well. And I think he deserves to play anyway, because I did think he did a good job against Spurs overall in the game. So I think he deserves to start that game. But off the ball, you'd like it to be 3 with Rudiger, Silva, Azpilicueta, him as the right wing back, Alonso then as the left wing back, of course. On the ball, Alonso left back, Aspi right back, and then those 2. Because I'm sorry, if we play a 4 at the back against City, off the ball, we are dead. Because we've got Azpilicueta and Alonso as the wing back, as the full backs. No way. I know Tuchel won't do that anyway. So yeah, I'd go with those 2. And then obviously the 2 in midfield, I'd go with Kovacic and Kante. I think tomorrow we're going to need intensity in that midfield. We're going to need some pace. We're going to need some power. We're going to need some drive. We're going to need some intensity in that midfield. and quick play as well. We need players that are press resistant, players who are good on the ball, players that, are going to progress with the ball forward and find those passes, Jorginho, look, I know he plays well against City, but for me tomorrow, this game against Man City, we're going to need to bring our A game and bring the highest of intensities. You saw how Kante and Kovac worked against Liverpool. Obviously, I missed the first 45 minutes against Liverpool, but for me, the way we dominated with those two against Liverpool, it was unbelievable. At the same time, it was easy because they played Henderson, who's having a shocking season. Milner's just old, and Fabinho was a DM. Tomorrow is going to be a bigger test for Kante and Jorginho because obviously they're going to have to go against Rodri. They're going to have to go against Bernardo Silva, and then most likely one of De Bruyne or Gundogan. That midfield's got creativity. Elite football brain. Which I don't think Liverpool's midfield don't have a good football brain. I think De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, they have a good football brain. If De Bruyne plays false nine, maybe he'll drop in between the midfield to maybe overload. So we'll see how that goes tactically. But then we've got the wingers that can maybe tuck in and, get in between the half spaces to then create chances. Who knows what we could do in terms of that. But it'll be interesting to see. But for me, I think Kovacic and Kante, what I said we needed for tomorrow's game, I think those two bring it the best. Jorginho, I love Jorginho, don't get it wrong. I think he should come on if we're winning the game, just to see out the game, dictate the tempo and the speed of it, hopefully. I think tactically that would make the most sense in my opinion. And then obviously up front, personally, I'm not playing Lukaku tomorrow. I'd play Havertz and Timo Werner. You see technical ability in Kai Havertz. Werner can stretch out the play, make channels to run in behind through the channels on the left, on the right, stretch out teams and create space for maybe Christian Pulisic to pick up positions, Kai Havertz to pick up positions in the box to get in and try and score goals. We can change between a 4-2-2-2 to a 4-4-2, a 4-2-3-1. Kai can drop deep as a 10, you know what I'm saying? And I think that would make so much sense. We can go to a 4-3-3 as well. Like, it makes so much sense to do that. And on the ball, I feel like Kai Havertz up front against City, he can pick up those half spaces in between the lines, and Timo Werner can stretch out the play, make runs in behind as well, and see what we do there. So, like I said, a 4-2-2-2, Kepa, Alonso, Aspi, Rudiger, Silva, Hudson-Odoi, Christian Pulisic, Kovacic, Kante, Kai, and Timo Werner. Off the ball, 3-4-3, but we just have Christian Pulisic up front with Timo and Kai. We have Kovac and Kante, and then obviously Alonso's one wing back and Callum Hudson-Odoi's the other wing back. Now, what do I think Tuchel's going to do? In my opinion, I think Tuchel's going to take a risk tomorrow. I think tomorrow he's going to play Kepa in goal, Malang Sarr as the left-sided centre-back, Thiago Silva and Rudiger as the right-sided centre-back, Azpilicueta the right wing-back, Alonso the left wing-back, Kovacic and Kante, and then a front three of Kai Havertz, Mason Mount and Lukaku. Reason why I say that, Havertz and Lukaku, he costs 98 million. It's a big game. You're going to want him to turn up. And I think maybe the two players that have complemented him the best so far this season is Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. Those are the two players that have complemented Lukaku to his best of ability so far this season. Okay, you saw it against Liverpool. You saw it against Arsenal mainly as well. That was probably one of our best attacking performances against Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like those two are the best at picking up midfield positions in between the lines. They can go on the wing. They can go in between, the midfield and the defense, pick up the ball and drive with the ball and pick out passes. Maybe those two will be the best for it because, their football brains are actually like elite. So yeah. And I think he's going to want to, and I think the fact that AC is out with COVID, I genuinely think he has no choice but to play Thiago Silva tomorrow. And if you're going to play Thiago Silva, you're not going to play him in a back four, in my opinion, just because of his age. That's all. Nothing to do with Thiago Silva's ability. I just think his age and his lack of pace could detriment the team potentially as well. The same could go with Rudiger with his aggressiveness. It could end up leaving him out of position. Who knows? It's not just Thiago Silva I could criticise in a back four. I think every single one of our centre-backs have the deficiencies in a back four, but they can all do it in a back four. But I think tomorrow, for that AC's out, I think he's going to want to keep it safe. And I think with Malang Sarr's recent form, I genuinely think he's going to want to take the risk, play him as the left-sided centre-back, give him that confidence. He's played 3 games in a row. He's thinking, why not continue with the momentum? He's been in good form. And I think that's going to be a huge test for Sarr tomorrow. I think he's just going to want to keep it safe regardless with the wing-backs, Azpilicueta and Hudson and Alonso. Don't think he's going to want to play Hudson-Odoi there, in my opinion. because he's an attacker. And, defensively, maybe he could get twisted up by whoever's down that side. Most likely Cancelo, most likely Phil Foden or Jack Grealish could have a fun day with him. But I think they could also have fun with Aspilicueta, whose lack of pace in the right wing back position. So who knows what we could do tomorrow. But I do think that will be the team he does play for tactical reasons, for the fact that Kai and Mason Mount have complemented Lukaku the best. Alonso and Aspi is the safest option at wing backs. And I think he's going to trust Sarr and play him at left centre back and Rudiger at right centre back. And I think he'll stick with Kovacic and Kante. I don't see why not. It worked against Liverpool. I think it can work against Man City. So yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts down below on everything I've just said. Your lineup prediction. The press conference, obviously. Everything I've just mentioned in general. Tell me your thoughts down below. I'm going to give you guys a score prediction to finally end this video. I am going to go with a 1-1 draw. I don't think we're going to win. I just don't think we'll lose. But if anyone has any hope of still being in this title race, even though I think we're out, if anyone else still has hope that we're in the title race, we have to win tomorrow. Even if we're not in it, which I don't think we are, I still think we have to win tomorrow. I just don't think we will. So, yeah, guys, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully Chelsea win. It's a big game. And, yeah, guys, I will see you lot tomorrow for my player ratings video and my match review. Come on, Chelsea. Hopefully we can beat Man City tomorrow. It will be 7 points off them if we do. And hopefully we can at least secure second place. So, yeah, guys, I will see you lot tomorrow. Come on, Chelsea. Let's do this. Peace.